Welcome to this week's edition of the Bronco Weekly Sports Wrap. I'm Denzel Johnson.
And I'm Nici Gilday. With both basketball teams, both tennis teams, and women's water polo back in action last weekend, it was a busy week in Bronco sports. And part of that was such a great moment with Andrew Papenfus, your teammate, getting back on the court.
Yeah, that was a really big deal for all of us. Andrew obviously has been through a lot over the last few months, and just seeing him train on the sidelines while we're practicing, we all knew that he's been working really hard, and for him to get in the game after such a long process, we were all really happy for him. Take a listen to some of these sound bites from my teammates and Coach Keating after the BYU game.
Proud that he showed the strength that he did to be able to get back onto the court. And now we're hoping this can lead to some bigger things for him here before his career is over here in the next couple months.
When he asked me, I was just like, yeah, I want to play. Of course I do. So I was stoked, to be able to have that opportunity, and then, checking in and just being able to cross that line, stepping back onto the hardwood with my brothers is just such it's a moment that you're speechless in, I was just so thankful.
I kind of had to hold the tears back a little. Pretty ecstatic for Andrew, It's amazing what he went through to fight through that kind of adversity and stay positive throughout the whole way.
The men's basketball team returns home to face the conference's Northwest teams, Gonzaga and Portland. I sat down with my teammate, Matt Hubbard, to preview the matchups. So, Matt, here we are a couple days away from the big Gonzaga game. They actually just jumped to #2 in the nation. So tell me about your emotions coming into that game with just a couple days away.
I'm excited, man. The whole campus is excited. Everyone's coming up to you, saying how excited they are to be coming to the game, and it's great knowing that you have all that support behind you, like we've had the past two games as well. So I'm excited.
Well, they're obviously a really good team. Talk a little bit about what you're going to have to focus on this week in practice so we're ready for that game on Thursday.
Definitely focus defensively, guarding their bigs, because they're a lot bigger than us, so we're going to have to defend them as a team pretty well. And me personally, I'm just going to work on what I normally do before each game, getting extra shots up after practice like usual, and just not thinking too much about it, because in the end it's just another game, but just everyone's more hyped up for this game.
Right, and you're obviously well into your freshman year, but I can tell you from experience, this is probably the loudest game that you've been a part of, especially here in the Levy Center. So good luck this Thursday. I'll be right there with you fighting against the Zags.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right. Once again, that's #2 Gonzaga on Thursday at 8 p.m., then against Portland on Saturday at 5. The Gonzaga game can be viewed on ESPN2 and the Portland game on WTV.
In EYEBRONCO news, the 4th edition of Long Walks with Jared came out yesterday. This one featured West Coast Conference Commissioner Lynn Holzman. I sat down with Jared to talk about the series. Jared, last week you got to talk to Commissioner Holzman. How was that?
It was a great experience. She's the new commissioner of our conference, so it was great to get to know her. And we were both nervous for the interview, actually, so that made things a lot better.
Oh, that's great. What did you learn specifically about the conference from her?
Well, I learned a lot about different issues that are going on, like, with Christmas, how student athletes don't get to go home, things like when our conference tournament is, so a lot of different things that go on behind the scenes, so that was pretty cool to get to learn about those.
Definitely. Well, thanks for coming in and chatting with us, and we look forward to see who you will interview next.
Appreciate it. So everybody, we're here with the commissioner of the WCC conference. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. So I know that you were working with the NCAA in Indianapolis for 16 years. How was that?
Wow. How much time do we have? It was great. It was a great experience. I started my professional administrative career at the NCAA, and the 16 years I spent there kind of moved up the ranks.
Now that I found out that you scored 30 points a game in high school, if we were playing one-on-one right now, what would be your go-to move against me?
That's kind of hard for me to answer because I know you're so much quicker than I am. A little physical, push you off a little bit, shoot over you.
Jared has also talked with teammates Dom Romeo and Brandon Clark, as well as Santa Clara's president, Father Michael Ing. To see the rest of Jared's videos and all of our EYEBRONCO videos, go to youtube.com/EYEBRONCO.
Women's water polo played 3 matches to open this season last week. After falling to a top 10 team in Hawaii Thursday night, they picked up 2 wins on Saturday against Cal State Monterey Bay and Fresno Pacific. EYEBRONCO caught up with senior Lauren Radich to talk about the weekend.
I think we did really well. Obviously, Hawaii didn't turn out the way we would want it to, but I thought we came out really strong as a team, and we have such a different team this year compared to last year. A lot of younger players, so it was great to see them kind of, start come out strong and for the beginning of the season, and then we carried it into Monterey against Monterey and Fresno Pacific, and we had 2 wins, which was super great. I think we have really great speed on the team across all classes, and we just work really well together, and we can read each other. We've been together for so long, and even the younger players seeing us in practice and playing with them, and it's been a good transition into these first few games.
The team heads south for the UCSD Triton Invitational this Saturday and Sunday. Nici, you and the women's basketball team faced a tough slate this last week with games against BYU and San Diego. How are those matchups?
It was tough. You know, we were pretty heartbroken after such a close loss to BYU. We're right there. You know, we can't fault our effort, but we really got to sharpen up. You know, we can't have any more of these close games that aren't coming out in our favor. Women's basketball is back on the road with a Northwest trip to Gonzaga on Thursday at 6 p.m. and Portland on Saturday at 2 p.m. Check out our game against the Bulldogs on the W.TV.
Men's tennis played a close match against UC Davis at home this past Saturday and fell to the Aggies 4-3. Their next match will be at home against USF to open up WCC play this Sunday at 11.
Women's tennis dropped its first match of the season 4-1 to San Jose State on Sunday. The team has dual matches this weekend against UC Davis on Saturday at 12 p.m. and Cal Poly Sunday at 2.
Softball heads out to Arizona for the Grand Canyon kickoff this Friday and Saturday. They'll play 2 games against Northern Colorado, then 2 games against Tulsa. Best of luck to the team this weekend and all season. Well, Nici, it's going to be another busy week in Bronco sports with 6 total teams in action. So let's go out and get some victories, Broncos. And that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Bronco Weekly Sports Wrap.
And once again, we'll leave you with some of the work EYEBRONCO has been up to in the last 7 days. Go Broncos!
It's a chilly January morning in Los Gatos, and for college runners, the time of year to make the transition between cross-country and track seasons.
With conference play starting, the schedule has been a little bit different. Student athletes in our conference aren't able to get the chance to go home for Christmas, or if they do, it's only for maybe a day or so. Are you guys looking to change that in the future?
You know, we have a variety of things that what we call scheduling guidelines that come into consideration here.
Hopefully that's more minutes and whatnot, but I mean, I'm so blessed, you know, to even be in that position to step back on the court. I can't thank everyone enough, you know, my teammates, the coaching staff, everyone in the Santa Clara community.
He was going to take the first opportunity that he had, and I was happy and really pleased to see him back on the floor and excited that he was able to kind of come full circle and really beat this thing.
With all the changes at the NCAA convention, what can I do as a basketball player in the WCC conference to help with its future?